All right, welcome to the channel. We're back out here on Greater Fort Loudon today. Gonna see if we can't catch a crappie or two. It's turned into a nice, pretty afternoon. A light cloud cover developing. It's about 50 degrees, little or no wind right here. Little light breeze here and there, but back in this cove, nothing going on. The water's dropped down even more than when we were here the other day. Check out our last video. You'll see we've gone down maybe about another half a foot, maybe another foot. So I got a feeling we'll catch one or two today. So here we go. Be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. It's free. Some people, oh, there's one right there. Got him right off of the bat. I must have thrown it right on top of him. I was just going to say, some people think subscribe is a fee-based thing on YouTube, but it's not. It's just a kind of a vanity metric for YouTubers, creators. But man, first cast, I threw it right on top of him, and I'm guessing we got a decent little crappie right here. Man, that's excellent. So again, hit that subscribe button if you like crappie fishing. I love crappie fishing. We got a good 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of it coming up here. Yeah, that's a good crappie. Look at that, folks. Right there, my very first cast. Very first cast. Good little crappie. That boat across the way there. He looks like a bass fisherman, but in case he's looking for crappie, you catch one crappie there, they'll all be right on top of you. Right there we go, folks. About the size of the ones I caught the other day. Not a monster, but a decent little crappie. Got him on that little blue jig with a white head, red thread. It's got a little bit of a yellow to it. It's a little, I call it a rooster tail feather, some kind of a feather, a little yellow feather. So it's getting pretty beat up here, but man, he hit it very first cast. He nailed it, so that's a good sign. Let's hurry up and get him turned loose. We got about a couple hours before dark. Excellent, excellent. Oh, let's get him turned loose here. There he goes. We'll go right back at it. I'm assuming it's like maybe it's a stump out there. Who knows what it is. Like right in front of me, there's an old tire laying right here. Could be an old tire out there, out of sight. And they could just be hanging around that. You know, any kind of little structure like a stump or a tire or a little pile of rocks. The crappie would like to orient around that. As they come back in this area, it's not a real deep channel. It's fairly shallow. And they spread out on these flats, hitting these little spots with these little pieces of structure and hang out there and try to pick off some of the little bait fish. If you look back in the cove, you can see little bait fish popping all over the place back in there. So the crappie are going to be back in here over the next few weeks. Almost can guarantee it. Well, I just caught one, so they're here. I guess it's just a matter of how many, you know, how well they come back in here. I guess some years are better than others. But about on any given day over the next 6, 7, 8 weeks, depending on how cold it gets, a person can come out, fish off the bank, and have a pretty good chance of catching a crappie, you know. You may not come out here and catch 35 or 40 or 50 crappie, but to me, if I can catch, there felt like a bite. If I can catch 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe on a good day 10 or 12 crappie for 2 or 3 hours of fishing, I feel like I've done pretty good. All right, we got one, folks, right there, pretty close in. Oh, skipjack, big skipjack. All right, no wonder. Oh lordy, boy, that's a big one. I thought I had a little thump, and just as, oh lordy, just as I was getting ready to give up on that retrieve, he nailed it. That's a big one too. I'm gonna let him play himself out for a second so I don't take a chance on losing my little crappie jig. Come on now. Boy, they sure have a lot of power. When they're big like that, man, they got a lot of power. Whoa, look at that. They don't want to give up. He does not want to give up. Come on, little buddy. You're going to have to give up. There he is. Oh, nice one. Hit that little blue jig with the red thread, black head. This is the first time I fished this one, so it's kind of fresh. All right, let's get him turned loose here. Look at them berries up there, folks. Let's turn him loose here. Mr. Skipjack, you're going back out to the deep. There you go. All right, we got one on, Hopefully it's a little crappie. What it feels like is a little crappie. Yeah, we got another little white crappie. He ain't a monster, but hey. A little bit smaller than that last one we caught. That's number 2 for today. They're kind of finicky. This one actually came right out of that same spot that the last one came out of. Same jig. I moved around. I walked down the bank here, way down there, and tried it. Didn't have any luck. Came back up here, and out of this same little spot I pulled this little one. I have pulled 3 or 4 or 5 out of this spot at one time right before dark, so we got about an hour before dark, so I hope maybe they'll move in here and I can catch a few more. Maybe a couple of decent ones would be nice. So let's turn this one loose and work on maybe catching another one here before dark, here on this lovely day before Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. There you go, Mr. Crappie. Happy Thanksgiving to you there. Hope you get a big old minnow to eat for Thanksgiving this year. Oh man, had one, folks. He came off, darn it. Okay, we got him again here. Probably not the same one, but seems like we got several of them stacked up out there. That was the next cast after losing that one a second ago. Let's see, did I lose? No, he's still on. Yeah, it's a little crappie. We got a few little crappie out there. The real big ones hadn't moved in yet, but they're probably not too far behind out there. Seem to be stacked up on one little spot, so hey, we'll take it. That's one of the smaller ones we catch in this area. Most of the time they are quite a bit bigger than that, but this one is pretty small. So I'm going to fish with this little jig for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to go over to a different, maybe that little white curly tail, and see how it does. But let's turn this one loose here. There you go, little buddy. Alright, we got another one, folks, finally. Boy, we had several little mishaps and all kinds of crazy little things going wrong with these homemade floats, but that's alright. We got work to do, but at least we're still able to catch a few here. This one seems a little bit better. A little bit better. Right through that same spot. Not real big, but not a keeper size, but be a good eating size if you had about 6 or 8. this size. These small ones are really good to eat. Man, they taste good. Alright. See if we can get him turned loose right here. We got a little bit of light before dark, not much. There he goes. We'll ease her back real slow through this same spot. See if I can't pick up one or two more here before dark. Been able to find just one little spot where there seems to be a few crappie. Otherwise, I'm not having any luck. But I think the big ones will start moving back in here over the next few weeks. Maybe these little ones move in here first, I don't know. They appear to be in about 6 or 7 feet of water, 8 feet of water, the ones I've been catching. All right, we got one. Hope it's a little better one. Feels like it might be a little bit better. Yeah, I think that is a little bit better one there. It's pulling pretty good. Yeah, that is a little bit better. That's a decent one right there. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a little bit better one. And that is just a little bit better than what we've been catching today anyways. Pretty normal for what you catch back in here this time of year, really. Losing their light here. Last little bit of sunlight here. Let's get him turned loose. Maybe I can get one more. Buddy. There you go. Alright, we got another one on here, folks. Got another one on right here at dark. Yeah. Not a bad one. Well, I don't know. Ain't that big, kind of a small one. Good sign though. Getting ready to have to get out of here. Getting dark and they're getting ready to close apart. Maybe I can get one more here. Alright, little buddy. Go on back. I got another. Oh, that's a good one right there, folks, I believe. I believe that's a big one we've been looking for right there. At least it's a little bit nicer. I hope it don't come off. Let's see what it is, if it's a crappie. Oh, no, he didn't come off. He's still on there. That's a better one. Oh, he came off right there. Man, that was a better one there. Kept thinking he's going to come off. I just had a feeling. That was a better one right there, folks. Dang it, son. I'd like to have seen him. He was probably the biggest one of the day. Let's try to get another one. Right, there he is. Right there's that big one. The big ones are moving in. I think that's a bigger one. Hopefully this one won't get off. Yeah, that's a little bit bigger one. Hopefully he won't get off right there. Yeah, that's a little bigger one. I had a feeling the big ones might move in here about dark. He ain't no monster, but noticeably bigger though. Noticeably bigger. Alright. Alrighty. Got him on a blue jig with a little red thread and a black head with a white eye. So I'm going to turn him loose here real quick, right? See if we can get another one. Good one right here at dark. Sundown in Tennessee, day before Thanksgiving.